What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. There's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. There's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, oh, we come alive. We come alive. Oh, oh, we come alive. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. There's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. Oh, 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 we come alive. We come alive.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. How is everyone today? I know that if you're in the UK, you are absolutely sweltering. It is that time of year. Whew. Well, I just hope this lasts long enough for my UK beach day the week after next. I'm going to try out a new beach that I've never been to, so let's hope the weather lasts at least until then, because it can tend to come and go. But I hope everybody is staying hydrated and wearing your sunscreen, please. We don't want anyone looking like a dehydrated alien. As Archie always says, hydrate. All right, almost 200 of you in the chat. Thumbs up, please, everyone. And hit that subscribe button. Almost at 10,000, almost there. We'll get there, I know we will. If you're watching this and your subscribe button is still red, just hit it, please. Thank you, as always, to the mods and all the new members that have been joining. Some fantastic news today. Maggie, Duchess of Success pics on the webpage are awesome. After reading all that, I have to get the book. Think about a trip. Definitely want to take the class. Opening a website. Well, I will be oh, thank you so much for that comment, by the way. I will be doing like other classes, like you know, how to set up a website, how to set up an online business, especially like I honestly believe that you can start an online business just based on whatever your passion is. Like there is a market for everything. So yeah, if you're interested in stuff like that, do stay tuned and I will let you know as always. But yeah, if you want to come along to the travel masterclass, you want to travel more this summer or just going forward, it's a 2 hour masterclass and it's going to be really, really, really fun. So I hope to see some of you there and I'll post a link later on in the chat. Um, let's see who's here. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Verda. Hi, Lynn. Fancy. Annie, hi. Miss P, hi. See if we can spot any new names. Sorry, imagine. I couldn't imagine being without AC. I don't have AC, and my house is very weird. Like it just absorbs all of the heat. I've got like one fan, but I have to have it off for the podcast. So I'm gonna make it a relatively quick podcast today because I'm dying in this heat. I just don't want the loud noise of the fan in the background. Um, Margaret, this is Mandela visit to Diana resting place. A good watch. Well, I do actually have a picture of that. Thank you for the. I can't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned that in the chat yesterday, and then somebody else actually sent it to me on Twitter. So thank you very much to both of those people. I did actually get a picture. I never actually knew that, so I'm really happy to know that he actually. Not only did he visit, he was actually escorted there personally by Diana's brother. So amazing. Um, by aristocratic standards, and I stress by aristocratic standards, and the bar is pretty low. The Spencers are generally um, have always been considered a little bit more progressive than most in their circle. Like they don't look completely disgusted when they're around black people, and they do, albeit other upper working class black people, they do have like black friends. So I think I think that Harry definitely takes way more, obviously, from the Spencer side, and it's a shame that it doesn't seem like William is too friendly with the Spencer side at all, and they don't seem particularly friendly with him. Like you saw it at the Diana unveiling, the statue unveiling. All right, I think that most of the usuals are here. So, Verda, Miss Anne, when you have to turn your fan off to do the podcast, get a hand towel and ice cubes and hold it under your neck. Oh my god, that is such a good idea. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are awesome. Oh, always coming through and helping me out. Thank you. All right, let's get into the smaller stories before we get into the meat and bones of Harry's appearance. Was not expecting that, were we? Okay, so Meghan's former LA home is now up for sale. Call price of only 1.8 million. I actually made a joke and I said, should the squad do a fundraiser and like turn it into a museum and yoga studio? I love the interior. You can just tell that Meghan has always had this very clean, minimalist style with pops of color, like whether it's what she's wearing or her home. Absolutely beautiful home. And yeah, it's for sale. If anybody, if anybody has got a call, 1.8 million. I genuinely think that if the squad did a fundraiser, would be able to buy this house, y'all. Like we could actually turn it into a business. One can dream. A couple of tweets from the Twitterverse. Republic, who did that amazing thread of Prince William's non-working work schedule, is also going to be doing one of Charles. So for the last 6 months, so I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing that. And they said that two things are unnotable: how often he includes supporting his own charities as official engagements. They're not, and how much is in London or near his other homes or pet projects. So that's going to be interesting. And also, Victoria Arbiter is a liar is still on her pity party tour. I thought it had ended. I didn't even think that her court case that she's taken out against the pranksters was even that serious, to be honest. I just thought it was a threat, but she seems to be going ahead with it. I don't know how she's going to convince the judge that she was fooled into lying. Because if I was the judge, I would just say, well, you should have said, I don't want to comment on an interview that I have not seen. So to me, this is just a non-case. I find it interesting how she keeps going on about her so-called pain and how it's been so horrible for her. And not once does she stop to mention the fact that Meghan had to go through 100 times worse and continues to go through 100 times worse. It's all about me, 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 me. She's the type of person who believes that there should be no pain or struggle and strife in her life because she grew up with such privilege, and she just seems like someone who's um, wouldn't know what hardship is and can't even relate to or have empathy for other people that have gone through hard things, especially if they are people of color. And someone did actually make a joke waiting for these royal experts to tell us what Prince Harry said in his keynote speech to the UN. I don't think anybody is ever going to fall for a prank. Do you know? I'm not even going to say that they fell for a prank because they just did what they always do. They lie. So I think they'll definitely be more careful. But I don't see them stopping their lies because it's how they make money. Let's go to your comments before we continue. Oh, we have a link from Sherry. The keynote speech is going to be live streamed on media.un.org. Thank you so much for that, Sherry Wave. What I'll do is actually the day before and on the day, I will post a direct link to the community tab, also on Twitter as well. But thank you very much for posting that there, and you can all bookmark that. But I will post it again on the community tab. Thank you, Sherry. Good evening, Dorothy Ross. Good evening, everybody who's joining us now. So the Derangers would hate that if we purchase Meghan's old home and do something amazing with it for charity. Do you know what? I actually think that in one of our future fundraisers, we should actually look at purchasing some kind of commercial property and doing something charitable with it. I really see us doing something like that. I think that would be amazing. Like the Sussex Squad Food Bank, or oh my gosh, food bank for mothers and babies, guys and dolls. Can you imagine? Oh my, okay, now I'm just really excited. We need to do something like that. We need to. Oh my gosh, I have a vision. I have a vision. We're gonna make this happen, squaddies. Because I seriously think, I mean, we've raised well over £100,000, sorry, dollars, for a lot of the fundraisers that we've done. That would be more than enough to just set up a little something. Oh my god, I'm so excited, y'all. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna put together a plan and we're gonna execute this plan one of these days. Rahini, I feel like Victoria is going to write up a book. Does anybody want to play a game and guess what she'll call it? The Adventures of a Former Kensington Karen and Her Lies. Let's see. It's all about me, myself, and I so sickening. It's a disgrace. They think they are born privileged. They need to sit down, and Harry and Meghan need to sue these morons. Yeah, they need to sue them all. They need to sue them all because what all? Because they're all liars. Tash, it's impossible to do that considering we are global and aren't all in the same area. Well, just because we're not all in the same area doesn't mean we couldn't fundraise to create some kind of pop-up, or like maybe like one or two really small pop-ups. I know a girl that runs an organization in the UK. They collect menstrual pads for refugees, and they literally have just rented out a very small storage area, but they serve so many women. So it doesn't have to be like some massive commercial space. It can literally just be somewhere where we're able to put supplies or people are just able to come. I'm going to write the business plan, everyone. We're going to do this. Um, Sheila, purchasing a property means you need to maintain it. Yeah, that's true. But we can do something else. Oh my gosh, now I'm actually really excited that we can do something like this. Can you imagine? Yes, Lottie G, I think it would be awesome. Um, Lydia, I like the vision, but not the house. Her former home with her ex-husband. Oh, was she still with her ex-husband when they were in that house? Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely on the house. We don't have enough money for that. But like some kind of small space where we can do something. Oh, I see it, guys and dolls. I see it. I see it. Um, yes, thank you, Raven. Please go over to Better Up and support with engagement. Thumbs up that video. Do you know what's so okay? I'm not going to say it now. I'm going to say it when we actually get to that part. Okay, so let's move on swiftly. Over here in the UK, Rishi Sunak is going really, really hard for his campaign for Prime Minister. There doesn't seem to be anybody who's strongly challenging him, to be honest. And the media seems to be pushing him quite hard. So could we see our first Asian UK Prime Minister? I think we actually could, because from what I'm seeing here in the UK, he is pushing really, really hard. And as Dr. Shola said, he was very clever in his speech. He did not lash out at Boris at all. So I think he's being very clever. He's a very, very slick talker, I have to say, but I don't like him. I don't like anybody in the Tory party. But it is what it's going to be, and it seems like he's a front runner. Also, over at Fox Crazy News, you had this guy, Thomas Corbett Dillon. I have no idea who this guy is, but I heard him talk, and he's just like your typical toff. And he was saying that people elected Boris Johnson to be the British Trump, but he became woke. I have absolutely no idea what he's talking about because there is absolutely nothing about Boris Johnson that is remotely woke. I hate the way the right wing, use that word. I think they use it in a very negative way, but there is nothing about Boris Johnson that is woke at all. Would I argue that he's, I don't know, supported some globalist policies that that don't necessarily adhere to conservative thought? Yes. But calling him woke, that is ridiculous. And there's nothing about his administration that is conscious, that is empathetic, um, that is open-minded or progressive at all. So there's typical propaganda going on over at the Fox Crazy Network. Also, the Queen awarded the NHS the George Cross. I hate the idea of giving out titles and trinkets because I just think it's useless. And this actually makes me very mad, I have to say, because I have family that work within the healthcare service who have been just treated so poorly throughout the entire pandemic. The so-called pay rises that they were given was like 3%, and that was pretty much swallowed by inflation and the cost of living anyway. You had government ministers giving their friends and associates millions, if not billions, in PPE contracts that are completely sorry, some of them were illegal. Some of those PPE items were not usable. And actually, I can tell you this firsthand from a source within the NHS has actually told me that they ordered way too much. And a lot of that PPE does expire and it's not even going to get used. We spent hundreds of millions of shit that's just going to sit in warehouses and not going to be used. You should know that. And that is from a first-hand source in the NHS. And that money went into the pockets of Tories and their friends. And so when I see things like this, Her Majesty giving out trinkets, but she's meant to be the one who apparently is meant to keep government in check when they are destroying the very systems that help the common person. And if there's anything that the Tories have done very, very well, it's destroyed the NHS over the last decade. So to me, this is just useless window dressing that helps no one. Legs, I'm so tired of Angela Latrine. I'm glad that she was called out. But can someone tell me why we need her opinion on Harry and who she does not know? 15 minutes isn't enough. Well, remember that she is writing Camilla's biography. So this is why they keep dragging her out. They're going very, very hard with the Camilla propaganda here in the UK. You should know this. For those of you that don't live here, um, they are really trying to make Camilla happen. But I think for the majority of the British public, it's just not going to happen at all. I think most of them still view her negatively for what was done to Diana, and um, they can push hard with all the PR and the stupid documentary that they've got. I think that's going to air tomorrow. I'm not going to watch it, by the way, so don't expect a review from me. They can push her as hard as she wants. It's not going to work. All of that's going to be unraveled come the time The Crown comes out the next season. So they're wasting their time, and I don't see how having her on the cover of Horse and Hay or whatever it is she's on the cover of is going to help, because it's just the same PR fluff that they've always done, and nothing impactful. Yes, our faves are indeed the future, and the others are just dragging their children around for PR purposes. Yes, thank you so much to the mod for keeping this a safe space as always. Wendy, Tory party not to be trusted after Bojo. Nope, not at all. I mean, I don't think they could be trusted before that, but especially not now. Wendy, Camilla will never be seen in a positive light by the public. No, but they're really, really trying. Let me tell you, they're trying hard. Miss P talk is country life. I know, but I'm going to continue to call it Horse and Hay. I stole that from Anne Boleyn on Twitter, and I just love it. I think I saw something on from Squaddies about tree planting on Nelson Mandela Day. Well, that's awesome if they're going to do that. I love it when Squaddies do stuff like that. All right. Next thing. Oh, this. So the bots that Kensington Palace or whoever it is in the firm are hiring to target the Sussexes online and their fans are malfunctioning. And there are numerous examples of that. I actually had a very long thread that I had screen printed, and I'm going to get around to showing you all. But this is just one example. There are many of how the bots are malfunctioning. So you can see here an article that was posted about, by the Washington Post, and it says, opinion by Meghan Ardle, we should be preparing for a downturn whether it arrives or not. So this is an opinion piece about the stock market and the recession. And the response from this bot is, who cares about Meghan Markle's opinion? Who is she? Nobody. So the article had the journalist's name, Meghan, but Meghan is spelled without H, mind you. But the bot picked it up somehow as Meghan Markle. And when a squaddie put the account through a bot checker, it came out as 65%. And if you actually look at the bot account, look at the handle, love to swim 9999. And this is quite typical of bot accounts. They'll have these long letters after the name. Now, I didn't actually go and check the account, but another thing that you'll also notice about these bot accounts is they all seem to be made around a very specific time. They tend to be relatively new accounts. And the Sussex Squad actually did a blog post about this. I think I'm going to post it on the community tab. All of the different things that you can check on an account to see whether or not it's a bot account. But this is obviously a bot account that has malfunctioned. And I really want someone to do a deep dive on these accounts and basically just expose who is paying for this and where is all of this bot activity coming from. Tashmak Trodo is that Angela Trin has been trying to use Harry's titles as prince to have relevance, yet has the nerve to question him living his life as a non-working royal. She needs to stop talking. Well, she is 100% backed by the firm, so she's not going to be going anywhere for a while, unfortunately. Rahini, I think the UK should be pissed about a book about Camilla. Well, I think the royalist set will likely buy it. There's definitely going to be somebody who buys it, but I don't think it will be like a huge splash or anything like that. Marina, yeah, they can keep her in horses and hay. Um, all right, on to the next thing. This very heartbreaking and inspirational at the same time story coming out about Mo Farah. And so Mo Farah is an Olympic gold medalist. He runs, I think it's mid distance, mid and long distance for the UK. And he revealed that he was trafficked to the UK as a child, given a new name, and forced to work as a domestic servant. His real name is Hussein Abdi Kahin. And just really heartbreaking. He has been an amazing advocate and athlete for our country. I really think that he represents the best of or Britain at its best: diversity, hard work, and overcoming adversity. And unfortunately, the usual racist trolls have come after him, but he's also been getting a lot of support. A lot of people making jokes about whether or not Preeti Patel will deport him. But if you are looking to watch a documentary tomorrow instead of Horse and Hayes documentary, I believe this is also airing tomorrow on BBC. So I just wanted to mention that because I think it would be quite interesting and very brave of Mo Farah to come out and talk about this. Oh, thank you so much, Legs, for the super sticker. Much appreciated. Rahini, the bots are bad enough, but the accounts that blackfish are pretending to be black people and Meghan hating, the digital blackfishing is evil. Yeah, that's another thing I want for them to uncover who is creating these blackfishing accounts. Oh, thank you, Lottie G, for the super sticker. Much appreciated, darling. Marilyn, heart-wrenching story. Hope he doesn't get deported after speaking the truth. Well, from what I've heard, the Met Police were contacted, but they don't. I don't think they're taking it. I don't think they're taking anything up with him. I think it's more the woman who trafficked him that may get in trouble. Rahini, oh gosh, you're coming in with it today. What if the squad brings out our own tabloid called Whore and Hay and use the money for Anne's plan? Oh, so funny. Honestly, I think that we should start like the Squad Foundation. You don't need like lots and lots of money to start a charitable organization to do something interesting. I'm so excited about this now. I'm actually going to write a plan or something. Yes, sorry, he's very, very brave for speaking his truth. Okay, on to the next thing. Our king, of course, is practicing for his speech, and I'm sure our queen is giving him all the tips and helping him to prepare. I haven't heard any actual confirmation from the Sussex people that Meghan will be there, but this is going to be Harry's biggest speech to date. Meghan has also given a speech at the UN, so I think it's just a given that she will be there. I'll be very surprised if she's not. This is a huge moment for him. I wouldn't even be surprised because Archie's quite big if Archie came also to come see and support Papa. But regardless, I'm sure that Harry will give a phenomenal speech. But as you can imagine, there's a lot of people having high blood pressure. The bots are out trying to destroy the moment as they always do. Here they are trying to post hashtag Prince Harry is a racist. And they've been dragging out that picture of Harry in his Nazi costume. Um, I've said this before and I will say it always. If you want an example of what accountability looks like when you do something that is harmful and hurtful, this is it. This is what accountability and growth looks like. Not just saying sorry, which is what a lot of celebrities and well-known figures do, and waiting until the noise dies down and everybody's moved on to the next scandal. Actually doing the work and using your privilege and your platforms to uplift people who are less privileged than you, and actually learning and listening to them. So for me, they can drag out that Nazi costume all they want. And also, there was the other incident where Harry used the P word against an Asian individual when he was still in the army. But and none of those things are excusable, of course. But to me, he has held himself accountable. He has done the work in a way that I don't think I've seen many celebrities do when they do something stupid. Him starting Centre Ballet when he was 19 years old. He also has spoken to BLM activists. Patrick Hutchinson, this is the gentleman, the famous picture of him lifting a white man who was in danger at the BLM protest. Also, I think that's Rashid Robinson, I believe his name is, who he spoke to at the Rewired festival. He's also an activist. And also the $100,000 award that him and Meghan are going to be giving to the NAACP every year now. And there are many, many other things that Harry has done. You know, when Harry and Meghan stepped down as working royals, there was that Commonwealth Zoom call that they did with young people in the Commonwealth, and they spoke about having tough conversations. And what did the British press do? They attacked him. And so Harry, to me, is someone who wants to have those tough conversations. And I think if the firm was actually following his lead, you wouldn't have had the absolute disaster that was the Caribbean tour. So I think they just need to leave it alone. They're going to do everything they can to ruin this moment, of course. But you can't, because Harry has done the work. He's been doing the work. There's this lovely picture which was on the final day of a tour that he did in South Africa. Prince Harry visited the Nelson Mandela Foundation and Centre for Memory in Johannesburg as a contribution to the centre's archives. His Royal Highness gifted this personal photograph. Prince Harry had been on his way to the South Pole when he heard of Mandela's passing and pitched the South African tent in honour of the former president in the list of things that William would never be thoughtful enough to do. So I love that Prince Harry is giving the speech. I have no doubt in my mind, and I think this is what makes the haters angry, that the Mandela family would have had a hand in picking Harry to give this speech. And sometimes I do think, and again, it depends on the person, and I think Harry, being someone who's done the work, is the perfect person for this. Sometimes I do think it is good for other people to speak at these things and show allyship. And I think that Prince Harry is an example of a great ally, and someone that's an ally without speaking over others, without being condensing, and has truly given back in so many ways. And there's also this picture of Mandela being escorted by Diana's brother and an aide to Diana's gravesite, which is at the family estate. There is an island um, in the lake that sits on the estate, and there's a little bridge that goes to the island. And he actually visited the gravesite. So I'll just get through your comments before we get on to the last and main story of the day. Wendy, that woman, human trafficker, should be jailed, then deported. Well, one thing I haven't seen on social or in any of the promos is what he actually thinks about the woman and what should be done to her. So it'd be interesting to see what he says about that. But yeah, certainly if she mistreated him and basically used him as a domestic servant, she should definitely be held accountable. But for all we know, he could have forgiven her. So really, I think whatever Mo wants to happen is what should happen. Mm, let's see. Emerald, it came out today that Megan was accompanying him. Okay, that's good. Well, I'm sure she would be. It's going to be such a huge moment for him. And just oh my god, I feel like I haven't really wrapped my head around this news, you know? And it just makes me laugh sometimes because the firm is so focused on just constantly being on the attack when Harry and Meghan are just moving forward. This is like one thing after the other, and we weren't even expecting this. And Archetypes and his book hasn't even dropped yet. Dorothy, if Meghan goes, whatever she wears will sell out quickly. Yes. Oh, I can't wait to see what she wears. I think it will be very demure. I think it will probably be black. Even though it's actually quite hot, so she might go for whites. I'm usually very good at picking whatever colors she's gonna wear. Um, or she might wear one of the colors of the South African flag and wear a South African designer. Yes, Wendy, Shutter Island up in arms, loving it. They should be focused on other things, really. Black Queen, they are dumb. The Unroyal Mafia are ends themselves. They raised Harry, so what else did they expect? At least he became conscious and changed his ways. Indeed. And at that party, um, it's been said that William and a lot of his other friends were also wearing offensive costumes and that it was actually William's idea. And he seems to have gotten away scot free with that. I think there's a lot that William has gotten away with that Harry has been the shield for. Yeah, Legs, I want to know what Goldilocks is wearing at that party as well. I feel like it will come out one day. One day. Thank you so much, Elaine, for the super sticker. Much appreciated, darling. Lex, does anybody have a copy of that documentary where the royal experts are commenting about how Prince Harry was used as a shield? They have, in fact, highlighted that Goldilocks was being shielded. I don't have the full documentary and I don't know what it's called, but I did post a clip of it a couple of videos back. But I'm sorry, I don't have the um, full name of the documentary. If anybody knows what it is, please do post it in the comment section. All right. I think that's most of your comments. So we'll get into the meat and bones of today. Yes, Harry appeared on the Today Show and did a promo for Better Up. and he spoke to Olympian Chloe Kim about mental fitness and just what it means to work on your mental health and why that's just as important as your physical health. And what I think I enjoy the most out of all of this, and it's really a great. I think it's about 5 minute segment. You can go back to my last video. I actually posted the whole thing. I won't post it here in case of copyright, but you can go back to the last video I posted. I think what I loved about all of this is not just what was said, but how Harry spoke. He is so obviously becoming so much more confident, so much more at ease, and I think really just coming into his own. And you can see even he speaks to three different people in this segment, and you can just see how comfortable they feel around him as well. And I think that says a lot about where, yes, Harry's mental space is, and he's obviously been doing some work with a better up coach. And he makes a joke with one of the other ladies, oh, we must have the same coach. So I love that. I love that he's actually so invested in this service and in this company that he is actually using the service. Because you have a lot of celebrities that will endorse things just for the sake of having the money, but they don't actually believe in it. They don't actually use the product or the service. So I find I'm really impressed by this. I I just love where Harry has come and where he continues to go. Also, this video was actually uploaded to YouTube 2 weeks ago, meaning they probably shot it like a week or so before that. And as usual, no leaks from Montecito. To shoot something like this, I mean, you've got camera crew, you've got editing, everybody that was involved, and no leaks, no leaks. So it's just great to see that everybody they're working with are so invested in protecting their privacy. Rahini, I need Megan to show up in an Afro print just to see Kate's head explode. You know what? I think that Megan would look amazing. I mean, I've seen her with her like curly hair, right? When it's in its like natural state, and it looks lovely. I love to see her in braids though, in like box braids and an African print. Oh wow. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be on my bingo card for this. Like African print. Please, Megan, show up in a kente. Oh. Legs, did anyone see that Harry was trending 3 ways? Prince Harry, Duke Sussex, and King Harry. Yes. And he's been trending 3 ways for 2 days. Marilyn, the color black or navy are commonly worn to business engagements in the US. Yes, and Megan does typically wear that color to business engagements. I just wonder if she'll go with the proper color because it is the summer now. Carmen, it would be great if Megan dressed in full African attire with headpiece, butterfly tie. I hope. Yeah, it will be amazing. I'd love for her to actually wear an African designer. That would be amazing. Okay, so that was pretty much all in terms of the main stories of the day. We'll just get through your comments and call it a day. Just to end on an interesting and a funny story. Completely unrelated, but I thought they were both interesting and funny. Those of you who are into space, this beautiful picture was captured by NASA, and you can actually see galaxy clusters. So every single one of those dots is pretty much a galaxy cluster, which is incredible. And the images just keep getting sharper and sharper from what we've seen before. And let me know what you guys think. Like, do you think that we are the only life in the universe? Like, is there other life in the universe also? I mean, you look at this picture and you just think we can't be the only ones. Like, I don't know if they look like little green men, but there's got to be something out there. And also this. Um, I don't know if this is recent, but it came up on my feed. And these are the new Yeezys, and it says that the new Yeezys look like a Great British Baking Show challenge gone terribly wrong, like lemon tarts that were meant to look like sneakers suddenly collapse in the middle. And they just brought this to the judging table and cried. Like, and the worst part about this is, people are actually going to pay for this. The office that I used to work in, it was next to a sneaker store, and I always knew when the new Yeezys were coming out because there was a line down the road. So somebody is going to buy this nonsense. But yeah, that is pretty much all for today. We'll just get through your comments and call it a day. Thank you, everyone, as always, for coming. Oh gosh, the trolls have arrived. Jesus. Be gone, trolls. We have troll spray. Miss Caffey, African print and braids. Let's see if Kate copies that. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, no. Clean, so proud of Prince Harry. He's eloquent and confident in the promo. His teamwork with the Duchess, indeed. And they're both signed to the Henry Walker Agency. So I'm sure that Harry has been getting speech lessons from a professional and from Meghan, of course. And this is what we call doing the work. Instead of hiring bot farms and conversing with your henchmen, your mafia men, to bring down your brother, William and Kate should be, practicing on their public speaking skills, gaining more, knowledge about their patronages, forging their own path. Instead, we've got to wait until the end of the year to hear about how they're going to be keening and hoping to progress more in the next year. And we get this every single year, and they don't do anything other than go to deserts and plant trees. Okay. Yes, thank you so much to the mods, as always. That Queen, I love all the space things. I'm fascinated by it all. So am I. What, Rahini? Can we find another plant to send the languages and the derangers? What do you mean, another plant for them to plant in the desert? Shirley, I believe that we are not alone in the universe. There could be other forms of life out there. I think so too. Um, Legs, why do the trolls love coming in at the end? That is a good question. Be gone, trolls. Shirley, Megan should wear her natural curls. Let's see if Kate copies her. Well, I just think Megan should just wear her natural curls because they look amazing. Do you know what I would love? Whether or not Kate copies her, well, I've never seen Kate with curls. But do you know what I would love? I would love it if Megan actually did a big chop and went really, really short and then grew out her curls. That would be amazing. Verda, no, we are not the only life in the universe. I truly believe that God did not make all of those planets for them to be empty. That is a very good point. Wendy, whatever Megan wears, it will break the internet. For sure. Karen, can this guy be permanently blocked? No, because even if you block them, do you know what they do? They make hundreds and hundreds of accounts with the same names. So that's why they keep coming back. Or it looks like they keep coming back because it's actually just a new account with the same name and same avatar. Thank you, mods, for getting rid of the trolls. All right, who's going to get the last word of the day? Sorry, Megan is thoughtful and deliberate and she never disappoints. This time will be no different. Same with Harry as well. Oof, Monday could not come quickly enough, I tell you. So excited. Make sure to stay hydrated, and wear your sunscreen, guys and dolls. Wear your sunscreen, because I don't want no one out here looking like a dehydrated alien. Please no. All right, Elaine Parker, I'll give you the last word of the day. Good night, squaddies, wherever you are in the world. Indeed. Let's dance our way out. I'll play the old song because you guys really don't like the new song, do you? All right, I'll play the old one. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control.